Alex Mercer had always believed that the town of Coldwater Creek hid something beneath its peaceful surface, but he never imagined how horrifying the truth would be. On the night the story begins, the wind carried an unnatural chill as Alex drove home from his late-night shift at the diner. The streets were empty. Streetlights flickered like dying candles, and the entire neighborhood felt strangely silent. Too silent for a Friday night. As Alex parked his old blue pickup truck outside his grandmother's house, he noticed the front porch light blinking rapidly, as if signaling him. His grandmother, Alex Mercer, had lived in Coldwater Creek for 60 years and always warned him about one thing: never stay out past midnight. Tonight, Alex glanced at the clock on his phone. It was 12:47 a.m. He was late. Very late. He stepped up onto the porch, the wooden boards creaking beneath his feet. When he reached for the door, he paused. The handle felt freezing cold, as if it had been lying in ice. He pushed the door open and whispered, "Grandma, I'm home." But the house swallowed his words. No reply. No sound. Only darkness. He turned on the hallway light. It flickered and buzzed, then steadied into a dim, yellow glow. Family pictures hung on the walls, but something was off. In every picture where people once smiled, their eyes were now foggy white. Alex blinked, leaned in closer. He knew this couldn't be possible. He remembered those photos. They'd never looked like this. He touched the glass frame, and suddenly the bulb above him popped, plunging the hall into darkness. Alex pulled out his phone to use the flashlight. The dim beam cut through the darkness, revealing the long hallway stretching into deeper shadows. Something shifted near the end of the hall. Alex froze. A slow, dragging sound scraped against the floor like something heavy being pulled. The hairs on his arms stood straight up. "Grandma," he whispered again, his voice trembling. No answer, only the dragging sound, getting closer. He stepped backward until his back pressed against the wall. The dragging stopped. Silence. Then, a voice, soft, weak, and familiar, echoed from the end of the hall. Alex, it was his grandmother. Relief washed over him. "Grandma, where are you?" he called, stepping forward. But as he moved, the air turned cold again. The voice repeated, "Alex," but now it sounded distorted, as if someone was forcing the words from a throat that couldn't speak. Alex hesitated. Something was pretending to be his grandmother. Just then, the living room television turned on by itself. Static filled the screen, lighting the room with a ghostly white glow. On the static screen, an image slowly began forming, first blurry shapes, then a clearer picture. It was a live feed of the hallway Alex stood in. A shadow moved behind him on the screen. Alex spun around, but nothing was there. The voice whispered again directly behind him. "Alex," a jumped back, heart pounding. His phone flickered, then died completely. The house felt alive, now breathing, watching. As he reached for the knob, he heard a soft tapping sound from behind it, 3 slow knocks. Then silence, then 3 more. Something was knocking from inside the basement. Alex backed away, trembling, but the door slowly creaked open by itself, revealing the staircase descending into pitch blackness. A cold, damp smell rose from below, metallic, like wet soil mixed with blood. He whispered to himself, "I have to find Grandma." He descended the stairs slowly. Each step creaked like a scream in the dark. Halfway down, he heard whispers, hundreds of them echoing up from below. They called his name in different voices. His mother, his dead father, childhood friends, even voices he didn't recognize. They overlapped, whispering, chanting, begging him to come down further. At the bottom, the whispers stopped all at once. The basement was cold, dark, and empty except for a single wooden chair in the center. On it sat a small tape recorder. It clicked on by itself and began playing. His grandmother's voice filled the room. "Alex, If you're hearing this, it man stay V. Come for you too. Don't trust the voices. Don't follow the shadows. And whatever you do, don't let them touch you. Before the recording could finish, a deep growl resonated through the basement. Alex spun around. In the corner, a figure crouched in the shadows. Its limbs long and twisted, its eyes glowing pale white, just like the photo frames upstairs. The creature crawled out slowly, joint by joint, cracking its bones into place as it approached him. It mimicked his grandmother's voice again. Alex, but now the voice was glitching, broken. Alex stumbled backward, knocking over boxers and tools. He ran up the stairs, slamming the basement door shut. The creature slammed against the other side. Once, twice, the whole house shook. He barricaded the door with a cabinet and ran to his grandmother's bedroom. When he opened the door, he found her lying on the floor, breathing faintly. She opened her eyes and whispered, "You shouldn't have come home this late." "Grandma, what is that thing?" Alex cried. She grabbed his hand tightly. "They mimic the living, the ones who died here long ago. They wait for midnight. They follow voices, and now that it has your voice, it won't stop." The creature outside pounded the walls, crawling inside them like an insect. The lights flickered. The house groaned. His grandmother pointed to a symbol carved onto the floorboards. "Stand inside it. Hurry!" She gasped. Alex stepped into the carved symbol just as the creature burst through the bedroom wall. It lunged at him, but an invisible barrier threw it backward with a screech so loud Alex's ears rang. The creature tried again and again, each time hitting the invisible shield around him. His grandmother chanted weakly, her voice trembling. The symbol glowed brighter, brighter, until the creature shrieked, melting into black smoke that seeped through the cracks of the house. Silence. Alex collapsed to his knees, shaking. His grandmother whispered, "They'll come again. Midnight always returns." And then her hand went cold. Alex looked at the clock, 11:59 p.m. The house began to shake again. The story of Coldwater Creek was only just beginning.